Alright, so here we go. Spawning into the top left-hand corner. The blue Terran Pieces. Playing as a Radish. Oh, I mean, his name's Radish. Yeah, so, okay. And in the bottom right-hand corner, he has visions of eating the radishes. But can he actually pull it off? He is the purple Zerg Pieces. He is Vision. Already that first Overlord being sent across the map. Now, I'm curious as to whether or not he's going to go as... Yep, okay, he's going to go right ahead and throw down that hatchery for a 17 hatch. That's actually 16 hatch, but normally it's about 17 hatch, 17 pool. Now, we do have Radish sending out its SCV here, relatively early. He's building his barracks back home, so hopefully this isn't too much of a cheeky SCV. Looks like it will be just for scouting purposes. Now, one thing I will say, considering that basically the whole meta has shifted to, you know, Terran proxying a lot lately, thanks to one Maro, basically. Well, there's a few other Terrans out there. But, you know, one thing I would like to see out of Zergs now is, like, that drone scout. It has quite literally saved them a couple times versus me on the ladder. You know, I'm pretty cheeky sometimes. And personally, that's one thing that kind of gets, you know, catches me off guard. Is whenever, you know, the Zerg goes head out and that drone is spots it, oh, proxy's on the way. Ready to go. But this is going to be a pretty standard game. That command center going down on the low ground here. Factory follow-up should be a... Where's the Reaper? A Reaper? I should opt for Marine first. Okay, so it saves the gas for the reactor, and he will be able to flip that around onto the factory. This Marine here is in position to try and catch our Overlord, who is going to turn around. Does he actually see the factory? No, he hasn't seen the factory yet. Okay, Overlord on the way out. Looks like he's just going to kind of position these around so we can attack pass. Steve the SCV is going to get picked off before he can make it back home. It looks like we will have a third hatch coming down at more of the forward position here. Now, a lot of Zergs lately, up in like the pro scene, have been opting to take the harder expansions early on, rather than taking ones further away from their opponents, just in case that game does get into the later stages. We'll make taking those easier expansions a little bit better off, you know, so you're not just getting picked off as easily. A couple Hellions about to pop out here. There's no armory on the way, so far he's not showing any sign of a Hellbat timing. Also no wall off on the low ground, so it's kind of got me worried, because the huge swallow links just kind of came running in here right now. I mean, Vision knows it. I mean, he knows that there is no wall off on the low ground. But he will scout the swap. He is probably going to assume, yep, okay, there it goes. Starport is going to come over, which means he will be going into the Banshees. There you go, 2 Queens immediately getting added on to what's already there. Should be a couple Spore Crawlers coming down as well. Oh, he's moving out on the map. This Overlord's actually getting a lot of value out of it. You know, he's sacrificing himself, gets a full scout. I'm pretty sure he saw the entire Terran base. Yeah, he saw basically the entire Terran base except for everything behind the mineral line. These Hellions going to make their way into the natural here. There are some Lings and Queens in place to deal with this. Things didn't get the best wraparound there. This Radish will be able to make his way up into the main base. The drones are going to get pulled off the line. 2 drones going down so far. 4. 10 drones at 1. Oh my gosh, that was... Guys, that's disgusting damage right there. 12 drones basically from 1 Hellion went down. They just lined up so beautifully. Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that. That was disgusting. That was absolutely not the type of damage that Vision wants to be taken. Luckily, it's early enough in the game that he can read drone, but he's not going to be able to make any fighting units in case kind of push happens. 3 more Hellions are coming out across the map. Another factory is being added on. It looks like we will be going into a bit of mech play here out of Radish. That's not, again, that's just not the type of damage you want to be taking to the Zerg. This is Banshee. Banshee hanging out back here behind the natural base. There you go, Radish gonna poke forward once again. Rocking, is that the new Hellion skin? That looks like the new Hellion skin. So we get in here, be able to cook up some more lings. Queen's here, these Hellions should not make it out. He does get a scout on that 4th base location, notices there is no 4th. Of course, there weren't any drones even in the 3rd, so having a 4th base now would be kind of silly. Here we go, the Banshee is going to poke forward. Cloak is done, and there's no Spore Crawler here, so this Banshee's going to get even more damage done. Lair is on the way. It's not quite done yet, so... Okay, Spore Crawler coming down here. This Banshee should be able to clean that up before it finishes. Just cancel and start another one. I love that he's tying up the Banshee here. To continue to repeat it. Every time he does this, it's just like delaying the Banshee from being able to move around, and is also draining the Cloak energy, which is really nice. So he will be able to get in here and get these Queens up underneath. Overseer is on the way. The lack of macro here from Radish means this Banshee will get picked off almost immediately as soon as this Overseer finishes. Poor Banshee. Picked up 3 drones. Could be like 3.5 drones there. But we do have a swell of purple lings moving across the map. There is a... Yeah, they should get too much done here. I mean... There is a Widow Mine out front, a Liberator place, even a bunker here. We do have that +1 ground weaponry and armor on the way here for these mech units. Only 2 factories. I feel there should be at least 2 more, another factory added on here. But here we go. This Baneling is going to get a pretty huge connection there. The Siege Tank in the back going to clean up anything that was left over. Now Vision's just going to have to back up, as Radish is going to be able to start to sit comfortably here. A couple more Hellions making their way around the map. Trying to see exactly what they can find. It looks like Vision is just going to back up. He knows he's going up against mech. We will have that 1-1 Hellbat timing. It looks like it's coming out. It's going to be coming out kind of late, honestly. I mean, just getting stem. Actually pretty interesting. Looks like Radish wants to shift back into bio behind this. I mean, you've already kind of committed into this many mech units, and you're also getting mech upgrades, so you're going to go into 1-1, but you're also... Okay, it looks like he just canceled stem. Did he cancel stem? No, he finished. Okay. So the Marines will be able to have a little bit more damage output because of that stem. There's no medevacs with this army, so they can't be healed back up. We do have 9 Banelings on the way here, some Queens in position to also kind of help deal with this. But is there enough here for Vision to actually clean this up? It's going to come down to the Baneling connection, and he will just be able to kind of steamroll right over top of that army. But there are still Liberators and a Cyclone and a tank here. Tank is going to get sieged up and start to push his back. Here we go. We do have the Terran Conga line sort of starting to form, moving across the map. It looks like Radish wants to finish this game here and now. Before this gets into any later. Hydras are out. Here's a help. I mean, +1 melee wasn't even done yet for Vision. So kind of really worried about his position right now. I mean, he's got Banelings here. They aren't done just yet. You get the Liberator. The Lings are going to try to jump on top of that tank. They won't be able to clean it up. Baneling's going to come in. Finds not the greatest connections there, but they do pick off a Hellbat, a few Marines. It looks like Vision does hold for now, as Radish is going to back up. Get a few more Cyclones on the way. Another Liberator. I would like to go ahead and see him add on maybe another factory here and double up on that tank production. Hey, SUVs. I know you guys have like depots to build and stuff, but like, get back to work. His minerals to be mined. So far, the second phase is actually behind right now for Radish. It should have been down, but at least started a couple minutes ago. Okay, there it is. Never mind. I take that back. I didn't see it. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. Can being thrown down on the main there. Is that there is no hatchery on the way, or hive on the way. So 1-1. Is about to finish up here. We're going against a 2-2 mech army with 1-1 Lings. Things are going to be pretty dicey. We're gonna here delay that gas a little. Yep. Press F for all those Zerglings who just lost their lives. Poor Zerglings, like, they didn't ask for this. They didn't ask for this, alright? These are going to keep making lings. I mean, it's time to move up the lurkers, time to move up your tech line here. There's no fourth on the way for Vision either. But right now, Radish is sitting in a very, very juicy position. I mean, he's got 2-2, he's got a nice mech army here. He's got, what is that, some Hellbats, Cyclones, some Liberators up in that. Banelings coming around here. Did anyone watch Eve vs. Rainer today? That was a great series. You can see a lot of these little Baneling and Ling run-bys. Like, poor Eve just couldn't do anything against it. Here we go, these Cyclones on the move. Okay, I was about to say, please turn around and catch those. That would have been the most awkward SCV detonation ever. The army walks right past the 4 Banelings that were about to be the factor behind that. They get a Ling Bane versus this mech army that's sitting on 2-2. I think this is going to be the final nail in the coffin right here. As Vision is going to get up here. Realize he's going to be in a heap of trouble. He's going to have to tap out. You know, Vision's been sitting on 45 workers this entire game. And there you go, Liberator siege up. HH, and he taps out. Supposed to be GG. Yeah, sitting on 45 workers there, guys, is not what you wanted to be having in a Zerg situation that late in the game. We do have one more map in this series, possibly two. We're going to go to Lost and Found. Great mech map. Alright, let these players get their ready check. Are we ready? Waiting on Vision's ready check here. Go, go, go. He says, alright, so here we go. Game number 2. Going in here in this TVZ, we are going to Lost and Found Ellie. In other words, just Lost and Found. I love this stream deck. It's so awesome. Like, it's one button. No alt-tabbing around. Makes things so nice and smooth. Anyway, spawning into the bottom left-hand corner, the red Terran Pieces. Currently up 1-0 in the series after playing a bit of bio-mech, I guess you could say. Now sporting the color of his vegetable is a Radish. And then in the top right-hand corner, supporting that Loco clan, the purple Zerg Pieces. Does he have the vision to win? Vision. This time, Radish is going to go ahead and get his wall off going once again. Curious to see if he plays a similar style or not. SCV is going to be sent out across the map to scout, make sure there's nothing too cheeky going on. And you know, just pull first. You know, Vision could be looking to find a bit of damage early on. Or he could just be using this as more of a defensive. I don't think he went pull first last game. I think he went hatch first into pull. Go. Hatchery coming down here at 17. Now, let's see if Radish actually takes note of when that hatchery was down. Because, you know, when it first sorts out, it's kind of small. Hopefully he clicks on that and sees that, you know, okay, it's just now building. He's going to go ahead and make his way up the ramp. See that the spawning pool is done, so that should be kind of a tell that there might be a bit of aggression coming. Now, Lost and Found is also a map, as a Terran player, I feel very comfortable playing mech on, because there's just a whole lot of chokes around the map. Like, these rocks here create a very nice, tight area for siege tanks to find some great value. A lot of walls and so forth that you can just kind of siege your tanks up behind. Hey, Steve the Radish. Get back to work. Poor Radish. He's getting eaten by Zerglings. I didn't think Zerglings liked radishes. But apparently I was wrong. Here we go, the second barracks being added on. This time he's going to go into that bio place. We do have a bit of a 2-1-1, I would imagine, coming down here. Could be a factory getting added on here sometime soon. Does Vision actually see this? He only sees a supply depot. And the fact that there is a command center on the low ground. Don't know drones being added on just yet, you know. Thing is, there's no aggression right now in your building army. I hope you can find some damage to make all these links that you're making actually worthwhile. Let's keep in mind, Tarek makes SCVs one at a time, whereas Zerg can just mass produce drones. The longer this goes on that you don't make any drones, the further behind the economy you're going to be. So, make drones. Here we go, he is going to get in here. He is going to catch a couple of lings on the low ground, or Marines on the low ground. Get the bunker before it finishes. Oh, it's just turned into an awkward situation. The bunker actually gets stopped before it finishes up. These lings do get in here, and it is going to find a bit of damage. The bunker is going to get canceled out immediately. They should force a lift on the command center and the natural. A couple of SCVs going to get picked off, getting trapped on the wrong side of the wall. Radish is, or Vision is trying to break through the wall here, but you know, SCV repair is going to come down, start to clean this up. Command center on the low ground should be lifted. There we go. Now, Vision, you've already done the damage. There is no reason to commit any further to this. I mean, you're starting to add on drones behind here. Bailing Nest is on the way, so he is looking to follow up with a Bailing Bust. Just don't reveal all your lings, mate, and you should be in a really good position here to actually, you know, just bust the front. Because you've got Terran in a situation where he can't build anything on the low ground. He can't wall off the low ground, so that command center right now is basically getting no return value. I would like to see him come up here and just start muling with it. It does only have 13 SCVs mining there. A tank coming out will basically push back this Bailing Bust. That is coming up pretty quickly here. Oh, that was a pretty crazy sound out of this Queens. I might have to use that skin now. Here we go. These Marines going to get caught on the ramp. We'll clean up all of these lings. Actually, nope, nope, nope. Marines do, lings win. There's a tank in position now. Let's see if he actually gets anything out of this. I mean, the Bailings were revealed. Oh, he's going to land it. Okay. That's one giant Radish those lings are chewing on. Got a lot of HP left, so it shouldn't make it be too hard to get through. Here we go, the first Bailing Bust. 3 Bailings just immediately evaporate. 2 more evaporate. Yeah, Vision, at this point, there's no reason to commit any further to this. He makes even more lings. More lings are coming across the map. Just go home, drone up. You've already done economy damage. You could create a 3rd base behind this. Back up into some, like, Hydras. Or even some roaches here. Get some roaches out and get some Ravagers. Now, you're in a really good position to take control of this game even more than you already have. The longer this game goes on, there guys, he is adding on drones. Roach Horn is on the way. And a lair follow-up as well. Okay, so the lair is on the way here as well. But maybe he goes for a few mules or something, you know, just to pick off these tanks, or, you know, to do some economy damage. But right now, because he is actually posing here like this, you know, kind of like they were saying earlier, Rainer just flexing like he's strong, doesn't want to take a fight just yet. He's just showing that he has his army here to keep this Terran honest. There you go, Command Center does get landed. Bailings are not going to find a connection at all. He should have brought the lings in first in that engagement, but it is what it is. And just like that, Radish can now take control of his natural again. And Vision is going to be kind of stuck here. I mean, he does get his third base started. He could have been droning up heavily behind this. Kind of send this game to Loco and see what he would say about this. Here we go. We got +1 Carapace and +1 missile attack on the way. Some more Banelings on the way. This Overlord here, you know, is getting some of the best scouting of its life. Look at that. Look at this. I see your army, buddy. I see the entire army. 14 kills on that one tank. Pretty impressive. Scan was thrown down on the main base there of Radish, or Vision. The Radish knows exactly what is coming, what he's up against. Hydrogen, where's the Hydrogen built? Is that built in the main? Yeah, it was. Okay, so he does see everything.
Ready for dust.
Assuming he actually clicked the Hydrogen. From medevacs being added in there. I love all the new skins everybody's sporting. Look at that skin. That looks awesome. But here we go. Big push out from Radish is on the way. +1 weapons upgrade, or +1 upgrade there. It's not done, but he does have a tank backbone here. And 4 tanks. As long as he spaces them out and doesn't clump this army too much, he should be in a really good position just to clean up all these Banelings. 4 roaches on the way. I don't know if they're going to be out in time, though. I mean, God, it sounds like a bunch of Reaper grenades going down every time I hear that Queen inject. Anyway, Radish is going to rotate around to the bottom right here, or bottom middle. This 3 o'clock position and push up in here. Siege up on the ramp. Now he's going to siege up on Crete. The Vision knows exactly what's going on here. Losing a couple Queens there. The tank's getting some huge connections. He tried to force the front there. I mean, there you go. He should jump on these outside the tank range. But again, Radish just backs right up to the tanks. Oh no. This would be the great time to go. This would be a great time to go if you're going to go. But he doesn't have it. I don't think he has the army to do it. We got some good Baneling connections coming down there, but it's just not going to be enough to clean up. The Roaches going to trickle in here, or in between the rally points is Radish. So, I mean, he's in a great position just to pick off units here. Vision is in a heap of trouble. It's an awkward position I find myself in when I play Zerg. Like, I did all this economic damage and slowed down the natural base of Terran early on. And then now you're stuck trying to figure out what to do when this happens. Again, the conga line has begun as the Marines march across the map. Hydras and Roaches are out, but it's just not going to be enough. They can't reach the tanks in the back. GG is called out, and Radish will take the 2-0.